Hello everyone and welcome back to Fantasy Life. My name is Wolfem and it has been a long while. I want to get this video out before the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Indigo disc, where I'm going to be heavily distracted, so I'm doing the recordings like 2 days before it comes out, and then I'm going to edit this video the day before it comes out, so yeah. I'm so glad we made friends with Pino and Layla. I guess it just shows how that people from different worlds can be friends too. But the most surprising thing was that Pam knew who I was. Or maybe the most surprising thing was that she didn't seem surprised at all. Oh, sorry, once I get going, I guess it'd be kind of hard to stop sometimes. Hey, I was just thinking, wouldn't it be thrilling to go on a flight to a brand new world? Does sound pretty good, Yuelia. And yes, in the last episode, or the last episodes before, we found out that Butterfly was actually Yuelia. Father, we found the ship Mother used to travel to Reveria all those years ago. And our work inspired the King of Cassili to organize a Reveria Summit. Representatives from all the different lands will attend. The pirate nobles, the Dark Sultan, even the forest folk. They're all coming together to talk about finding a way to save Reveria. I know they're very serious about all of this, and I have no doubts they can pull it off. So please, if there is anything you can do, we just need a little more time. Never snow nor gloom of night, nor the pressure of the adoring crowds, stands the corner of the swift completion of another perfect mail delivery. We are truly witnessing a future Postal Hall of Famer, ladies and gentlemen. So the voices of the characters might change up from previous episodes because it's been a long while since I've played Fantasy Life and recorded it. So, yeah. Invitation to the Reveria Summit. Your presence is required at the Reveria Summit to be held at Cassili's Castle's Great Hall. King Eric of Cassili. So yeah, voices are going to be a bit different this time around. I'm so excited for this summit! I wonder if I should change first. Maybe not. Wings are good for casual and business attire. I hope Olivia and Damien are able to make it too. Wolfett, let's hurry to the castle! Tales of Lunaris, Chapter 6. Alright, we're gonna head over there, and I will see you guys when I head to the castle. You know what, Wolfem? I'm thinking maybe I should go more formal for this and take my true form. I don't want anyone to think I'm trying to pull one over on them. This is an important affair after all. Ta-da! Okay, let's get going and... hang on a second. I think I'm getting too used to being a butterfly. I get a little wobbly right after I transform, but I think I'm good to go now. Let's do it. Alright, Yuelia, let's head on in. Let's see here. Who's here to attend? Mustang and Odin? Sir Mustang, if you please. My apologies, of course. I suppose I could forgive you, considering you used to be a butterfly and all. I'm getting much better when it comes to equity and social customs, though. We appreciate what you've done for us. You two shall be legendary. Don't you agree, Sir Odin? Why, Sir Odin here was just telling me how he was witnesses to your bravery and all magic. Is that right, Sir Odin? Why, yes it is, Sir Mustang. I must also say that I've heard many tales of your own bravery, good sir. Oh, go on, Sir Odin. Odin, what's the matter? Nothing. It's nice to see you. It is nice to see you as well. Okay, well, as fascinating as this is, I should return to my post. You two go on inside. Everyone is waiting. Sir Odin, it has indeed been an honor meeting such an esteemed and noble Maginite. Fine. Wolfen, let's go! Oh, just straight on in. Everyone's here! Are we all met then? First off, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for coming. Just by your presence here, you have acknowledged the gravity of the situation that threatens Reveria. I thank you in advance for sharing your wisdom with all of us. This will truly take an a unified effort. Take it away, Butterfly Girl. Thank you, King Eric. Oh, okay. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Yuelia. We have all met before, although some of you may not recognize me. My human form is a bit more bulkier than my previous form. You're the butterfly we met, right? Or is there something else I'm missing here? Yes, that's me. Did everyone know it was me all this time? I need to learn some better voice modulation. Anyway, yes, thank you for coming. I think you all know parts of the situation. But the reality is such that the overall picture is much worse than you might suspect. Reveria is in grave danger, and our time is rapidly running out. If we don't act soon, the entire sky is, well, it's going to fall completely. What? The Doomstones were a sign of the impending disaster. The Doomstones of late have been much larger and have appeared with much more frequency. We still don't even know what these Doomstones actually are. They are chunks broken off from the sky. Broken off from the sky? What do you mean? How is such a thing possible, Yuelia? The sky above Reveria, you see, it's difficult to explain, but think of it as something like a shell. Huh? Okay, that's really frightening when you all do that at the same time. But imagine this. The shell covers all of Reveria. The island and its inhabitants are the core of this shell. We're like egg yolk? I never even compiled such a theory, which makes me suspicious, but yet. The power that supported the shell and maintained the integrity of this world is now gone. The shell is crumbling. Its pieces are raining down from the sky. These chunks of negative energy are Doomstones. Correct. These Doomstones then contaminate any creatures exposed to their dark power. But if the whole sky falls down, all of Reveria would be what? Contaminated? Yes, completely. The destructive powers that emanate from this broken shell will spread through the entire world. My father's certain it cannot be stopped. But that can't be true! You won't let it be true! Who is your father? He's, well, you have to promise you're not all going to flip out with exclamation points if I tell you. But my father is, what's the best way to say this? I guess you would call him Reveria's creator? What? Okay, I should have seen that one coming. Huh? What would you call someone who creates a world? We would call it... Oh, God! Sorry, I think I might have misheard you. Did you just say your father created Reveria? It's a lot to take in. I know, it must be hard to believe right away. But I'm trying to be open now with all of you as best as I can. Allow me to explain. I feel everyone here should know all that I know. This information might have been useful before we started the summit. There's no use in harping on that now. I trust Yuelia and would vouch for her honestly and sincerely. I agree. I propose we trust this girl and carry on with the new knowledge that her dad is a god. Wait, so does that mean the life goddess is your mother? You got it. Your family is literally out of this world, huh? Yikes. Did you write that off yourself, Lady Olivia? Yuelia, you must tell us. Why did you keep something like this a secret for so long? Well, before coming here, I had a very intense conversation with my father. I was trying to convince him to let me come down here to Reveria. But Reveria was so very dear to Mother. She loved it so much, Father. We can't just stand by and let Reveria be destroyed. I know this is difficult, Yuelia. Trust me, my child. This is not easy for me either. But Father, there must be a way to save Reveria. There is so much beauty there. If we don't do something to help them, all that beauty will just cease to be. You have to understand the situation is not in our hands anymore, my child. I don't believe that for a second. You taught me I could always change things if I wanted to. Well, yes, and therein lies Reveria's only hope, for only the power of wishes can save it now. The power of wishes? What do you mean? The strongest hopes and desires, the things that people want to do or want to make happen. There is a power that emerges from the choices people make about the way they want to live. Reveria is created and shaped by the wishes of its people. Evidence of their choices is everything. So it goes that the world can be saved only through the same power of wishes and sheer will. Other than what your mother had to do to save Reveria in her time, I see no other option. Fine then, I'm going down there. Now, Yuelia, don't be rash. Think about this. What's to think about? Those wishes aren't going to collect themselves, are they? Well, no, probably not. But I'm afraid such a task may not be easy as it would be entirely seem. I understand that. I'm not interested in this because I thought it would be easy, but it must be done. I know you see it my way. Sometimes we need to give up on what we want in order to... Later, Father! Wait, where are you going? Hold it right there, you simple-minded fool. What now, Nolia? I'm going down to Reveria, okay? And there's nothing you can say that will stop me. Father, I'm going with Yuelia. Oh, gods be flustered. You too, Nolia? Yuelia needs someone to watch over her. She can't be trusted down there by herself. Just think of me as her guardian bodyguard. I don't need a guardian or a bodyguard. Oh yeah? Prove it. What are you really up to? You don't even care about Reveria. I told you, you need someone to watch over you. That's not true! There's something you want down in Reveria, but you're not saying what it is. Oh yeah? Prove it. I will. Fine, then do it. I don't even know what we're arguing about anymore. Enough! You both have so much of your mother in you. Once you set your mind on something, you never give up. Yuelia, go to Reveria and do what you will. Nolia, go with your sister and try to be nice. Thank you, Father. You're welcome. Just let me make a small alteration before you go. What's this? I've turned you into butterflies. There is an old superstition in Reveria that butterflies bring happiness, I think. Is this why Mother took the form of a butterfly during her time in Reveria? Sure, yes, I think so. It will also help prevent any wasteful use of your powers while you're away. Wasteful use? What do you mean, Father? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? I was just mumbling. Nothing you need to be concerned about. I hope it goes without saying, but you girls must not reveal your true selves while in Reveria. Really? Why not? The power of a wish is linked to its organic nature. Any type of fake or forced wish has no power. You must not exert any undue pressure on an individual to reveal his or her true wish. Such an event will very likely happen if you were walking around as the daughter of the life goddess. Ah, that makes sense. Your time in Reveria must also be limited. What? Why? To answer your first question, your time in Reveria must also be limited. To answer your second question, limiting your time in Reveria is for your safety. That world is in grave danger, and its collapse could come any day now. Therefore, you must return when I call for you. I shall leave a mark upon the face of Lunaris when the danger is imminent. When you see this mark, I shall expect you to return home immediately. You must promise me you will look out for a sign upon Lunaris every night without fail. These are my conditions for allowing you to go. I promise to search Lunaris every night! Please, girls, do be very careful down there. It's not like here. Things are different in Reveria. I promise we'll be super careful! I shall be watching over you both, unless I'm busy with other things. Got a lot going on right now. Goodbye, Father! Wait, I'm going too! How'd she learn to fly so fast? Yuelia, try to behave yourself. Well, we'll see how this turns out. I could use a nap right now. But when I descended into Reveria and spoke with the people, everyone's so, how did I put it? First, focused only on their own needs. It sounds like you're saying you don't care if Reveria is destroyed. A true mass natural disaster, such as a dosh famine in my wallet, would consider me much more than this. Bro, when you even talking to this insect, you got a soft spot for that female in all species, eh? What are you talking about? This is a butterfly, a very intelligent and active butterfly. That's all. No matter, my brother's correct. We waste our time in here when we could be doing something else. Just wait, I want to know how you can't care about Reveria being destroyed. Just explain this to me. Who would have thought a tiny little bug would make for such heavy conversation? Don't you know no jokes, Butterfly? We live in a nice and peaceful world, Butterfly. It's easy to make a living, even without a regular job. Well, yeah, but if things get tough, you can always go foraging in the forest or just hang out somewhere. Things work out in the end, which is why there's no reason to worry about your doomsday nonsense. I didn't get very far with those guys, but it did become very clear to me that so many were more concerned with their own limited worlds, rather than caring about the greater health of the world they all shared. Very few people were interested in taking up a life, which meant there were fewer wishes around. But then I met Wolfem. Me? Fresh into a brand new life and full of vitality. You were very lucky. You were quite lucky, Butterfly. A youngster who, at first glance, appears to be a run-of-the-mill, no-good Nick, but became a great help. Guys, I am actually 20 years old. Yes, when I saw Wolfem, I saw a wish. A wish that I could help come true. It sounds like it would be a great help if everyone realized the true power their wishes held. I agree. But it's something that has to come naturally from inside each individual. That's what makes it so hard. A wish has to grow on its own, and its power must then be accepted. So many people shy away from it. It makes me wonder, even if I collect all the wishes in this world, would it be enough to save Reveria? I've traveled far and wide finding out people's wishes and noting them all, and yet it seems like it's just not enough.
Don't be silly, my little butterfly. You have done more than your share. You've brought us a great understanding of the world we often take for granted, Yuelia. And look what you've done! You've come this far because you want to save Reveria, right?
Yes?
And that was a natural wish, right?
Yes, of course!
We all want the same thing. Yes, we all share the same wish.
Oh, it's true, isn't it?
You've brought us all together to share the same wish, Yuelia. It's all thanks to you.
Oh, no, Laura, thank you. It makes me so happy to hear all of this.
Now that we are in one mind, we must take action. It is as you say, I guess. This is why we have assembled here today. I like to raise a motion that we file a complaint with Yuelia's father, Reveria's creator. What? We live here. This is our world. We'll be very inconvenienced if Reveria is destroyed, right? I propose we go speak with this god and tell him how we feel about Reveria. Perhaps if we show him we're making an effort, he will be able to help us. The forest boy's idea isn't so bad.
So you want to go to where? The god's house? And knock on his door or something?
Sounds like we're taking a trip to Lunaris. I'm on board, but how do we get there? Simple. Yuelia, how did you get from Lunaris?
It's a little embarrassing, but I don't quite remember how I got here. I'm sorry.
Well, we're doomed then.
It was my first time being a butterfly, so learning to fly was already a lot for me. It's just a big blur.
Sorry, I just got this image of you as a fledgling butterfly trying to fly for the first time. It appears that we are all overlooking something. Huh? Oh, that was weird. The goddess ship in the Elder Wood. Oh! Yes, yeah. That's the ship said to have carried the goddess from Lunaris to Reveria. Was that what you had in mind earlier, Pino? Sure. I do not know if that ship will work, however. Huggets, are the chances of getting that thing into flying shape? I'm sure getting it repaired will not be a problem. But alas, the ship will not fly, I'm afraid. Why not? Stop toying with us, Huggets! Speak plainly! Of course, the reason it won't fly is not a problem with the machinery itself. It's a lack of fuel. It would appear the engine uses a resource that is specific to Lunaris. Without obtaining a high Akko floatstone, I'm afraid we won't be able to fly the ship. Wait, we use floatstones all the time. Those are just the things that airships run on, right? That's right. Well, let's just get a crate full of floatstones up to the ship and we'll be off. Fortunately, that will be of no use. According to my calculations, even with all the floatstones in Reveria, we will lack significant power. It would need to be a floatstone of exceptionally high floating power, to use a scientific term. Surely there must be some way we can get our hands on a high arculated floaty powered rock. What about Terra Nimbus, Andy? Don't they supposedly have floatstones there? I think I remembered reading that, yes. But that's just a legend, isn't it? I mean, well, I guess I shouldn't assume the legends are not true at this point. That being said, how can we locate a legendary floating island?
I remember seeing Terra Nimbus in a picture book when I was younger.
It's recorded in the lore of our magic, though it is commonly written as a simple fairy tale. I don't know if anyone has ever seriously considered it could be a real place in Reveria. Well, now let's assume it does exist. Where then would it be? Oh, Terra Nimbus exists, alright! Who invited him? It sure was a real place. I know, because I've seen it with my very own 2 eyes. Anyone know this man? Your Keenness, I'm Falcon. I was once considered the leading aviary in all Cassili. I was big time. And you claim to have inspired Terra Nimbus. Oh, I don't know about that, your high majesty, but I've seen it. I swear. Oh, well, that's helpful. Do tell us then, oh great Falcon. Where is the island located? I wish I could say, but most noble sire, lordly lord. I saw it back when I was a strapping youth. More strapping than now. I don't remember it so well. But it exists. It floats in the sky. Sure as a fly. And as true as I stand before you, my kingly. Maybe we could all go up in the sky sometime and search for somewhere island together. I'm so sorry, my lord. This man tricked us with a fake credentials for entry of the summit. Fake credentials? You didn't seem concerned with my credentials once I gave you all that candy, son. He ate it all. He didn't even give me any. But regardless, I'm sorry, sir, but we're gonna have to escort you out. Well, that's fine. I've made enough of a scene here. Goodbye, O royal gracie lordness, sire. My, that was quite unexpected. Falcon, yes, I believe I've met him before. I've had to reach out to pilots from across the land when I was investigating the goddess ship. He was one of them. I must have slipped and told them about the summit. My apologies, your grace. The man is utterly harmless, I assure you. What of what he said? Is any of that true? Well, he was indeed known to be the best pilot in Cassili for quite some time. His word went far. Writings from the time the goddess lived among us do mention a place called Somewhere Island, but no such island exists in any Atlantis or map. Which leads me to one conclusion. You believe this place might be Terra Nimbus? If it actually exists, then yes, possibly, maybe. The existence and whereabouts of Terra Nimbus shall be exhaustively investigated. As for now, I believe we should break. My thirst for pickles has been awakened by all this summit stuff. Pickles, your majesty? Wow. I guess so nervous talking in front of a lot of people like that. Am I sweating? I feel hot. Yuelia, you're fine. Well, we've got some time now. I think we should go talk to that pilot, Falcon. Yeah, I agree. Either he's full of nonsense, or he's our only lead. We need to find out one way or another. Let's go track him down before they reconverse the summit here. It's true. Sorry, guys. Sneak out! Odin, you saw nothing. By the way, if you're all wondering about the new Fantasy Life game, yes, I am going to play it on the channel. How I'm going to attach it lore-wise, everything else, I'm going to have to figure that out once I get it. What can I do for you, young'uns? Hi, we were over at the royal court just now when you busted in there and started shouting. Oh yeah, I remember that if it was only a few minutes ago. Whenever I talk about Terra Nimbus, I'm showing on the door right quick. Same happen and same does. Well, we're not here to sames do. We're actually interested in asking you a few questions about it. Can you tell us more about seeing Terra Nimbus? What, you really want to hear it? What's the angle here, pal? I wasn't born yesterday, you know, or the day before that. I guess y'all do seem like a sincere duo, though. Please, sir, we need to know. Alright, I'll tell you. But you gotta promise you'll believe me, even though you can't really do that. But try. Dark, ominous clouds obscured Lunaris from sight. Rumbling thunder shook the very earth below. A brave youth expectantly guided his ship through the turbulent gale. That youth was our hero, Falcon. The best there was in Cap City, Falcon. Please get to the point, sir. The hero of this tale, the valiant Falcon. The carnivorous and courageous Falcon. The springily and delicious ladies' man, Falcon. I was quite the ladies' man, you know. Please, sir, get on with it.
I have no doubts about that, Mr. Falcon. But let's get back to Terra Nimbus.
That was back when I had more energy, see? So I could go out all night and still fly the next day. And that, my friends, is the tale of how I first saw Terra Nimbus in all its glory.
Carrot soup.
Yuelia?
Oh, I'm so sorry, I was just...
Most people catch me dozing off. That's alright, Yonin. I know how it is. It's nice of you kids to humor me, but I know I'm just a hopeless old man chasing a dream on his own.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, don't listen to me, sweetie. Things are just different these days. With, students, you know. I used to have a pupil or two that was interested in flying, and maybe someday seeing Terra Nimbus. When they leave one by one, you start to get a sense of how time slips by. How dreams slip away. There was one student of mine, best pilot I'd ever seen. He could have found Terra Nimbus.
He was a great pilot, eh?
He was an ace. He would be messing around in my garage workshop here when he was just old enough to hold a wrench. One day I figured I'd show him the cockpit of an airship. He was just looking around, mind you. But that little trickster pointed out something behind me, and when my back was turned, he went ahead and took off in the airship. Did 3 circles around Cassili before a perfect landing. The boy's really something. Said he was going to find Terra Nimbus again, and said he'd come back, but, well, they never do. Everyone grows up and gets pretty busy with their own life and all, I suppose.
Do you know where this pilot ended up?
How am I supposed to know? I can't keep track of all these youngins everywhere. But I ain't heard from him since he was rented one of those rooms from Pam. She might be able to help you. I'm grateful he came to see me. It's nice for an old man's mind to remember compassion. Find Terra Nimbus. It's real, you know. It's real. Pam! I'm, back from my interdimensional travels.
Why, hello there, if it isn't my favorite adventuring duo. And what might you two be up to today? Everyone is buzzing with excitement about the summit over at the castle. When all is said and done, you two just have to sit down with me and fill me in on all the juicy details. We actually had a question for you, Pam. Do you remember renting a room into one of Falcon's pupils?
Oh, yes, of course. I don't remember his name, but I do recall,
he was heading to Puerto, I think. The airships are just so popular over there on the coast. The Reveria skies, as the kids say. I wonder if Olivia and Andy know this pilot. Even if they don't, I think it's worth checking out. Let's see if we can track the pilot down. Maybe he can help us finding Terra Nimbus. Even if he can't, maybe he can point us to someone who can. It's not much to go on, but it's something. Honestly, I feel terrible that I can't remember his name. He was a very focused young man. Thanks, Pam. You've been a great help. Let's speak with Olivia first, Wolfem. I want to see if she knows anything about this. We'll fill you in on all the details later, Pam. Robin! That was his name! You're looking for Robin! Oh, great. Thanks for the tips, Pam.
back to the summit we go! Well, I must say I'm surprised anything useful came out of your meeting with that man. But if you think a pupil of his could help us find Terra Nimbus, I'm inclined to trust your instincts.
No guarantee, but finding this guy is worth a shot.
Even if that were the case, there is no guarantee he would succeed in finding such a place.
Yeah, that's remarkable like what I just said, I guess.
We have precisely little else to go on. We shall resume our discussion here. You can help us by seeing if you can find any other information regarding Terra Nimbus. Now, did we have any more pickles left?
Understood, King Eric! Olivia, we were hoping maybe you could help us find the pilot named Robin.
Perhaps Crankshaft can help you. He knows many of the pilots in Port Purgo.
Great, thanks!
Crankshaft is our chief airship pilot. Yes, well, he still is, technically, but, we're going to talk about that.
Is something wrong?
No, it's nothing. Yes, start with Crankshaft. You'll probably be able to find him at Coquina Rica. If you have any trouble finding it, Lucando can show you where it is.
Got it, thanks! Let's get going!
Oh my, that is quite a thing to witness. It would be so nice to be able to go back and forth like that. I'd love to be a fish sometimes.
Oh, let me know if you figure out how to do that. I'd love to try that out. Port Purgo, here we come!
Dad, can I go with them? Not this time, darling.
We need you here, Princess Laura. We have distinguished guests from all over Reveria. It would be unthinkable for the Castelia princess to leave the castle at a time such as this.
Fine, I shall perform my boring duties as a boring princess for the good of all. Boring. Open Butterfly, we are counting on you. Please let us know if you come across anything useful regarding the existence of Terra Nimbus.
Okay, we're leaving now. For real this time. That's just me, or was it a bit weird when he was talking about Crankshaft guy? I hope we're not getting in over our heads here. I don't even know if that's possible at this point. Let's take the airship to Port Purgo. This time of the essence here. I'm gonna hop on you real quick.
Alright, so I can just fly, but yeah.
Onward, Wolfen!
Who needs an airship when you can just fly?
Yahoo!